Hey, Violet.
Yeah, hi.
All right, let's call Luke. You guys met on the apps. You chatted for a couple of weeks. I mean, it sounded like it was a lot of chatting, too. You know, good morning, good night, throughout the day, all of this. You finally meet up after a couple of weeks for a date that you thought went really well. But all of that communication has stopped since the date. No more good morning stuff. No more texting throughout the day. Nothing. And you've reached out to Luke, and he hasn't responded, and you want to know why you're being ghosted.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's call him right now. Good luck, Violet.
Thanks.
Hello?
Hi, is this Luke?
Yep, this is Luke.
Hey, Luke, good morning. My name is Fred. I'm calling from the Fred Show, the morning radio show. The whole crew is here, and I do have to tell you that we are on the radio right now, and I would need your permission to continue with the call. Can we chat for just a second on the air?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you very much for calling on behalf of a woman who says she met you on the apps, and you guys recently went out. Her name is Violet. Do you remember chatting with and meeting Violet?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the laugh about? Because I'll tell you what we know. She reached out to us and said that she met you on the apps and that you guys had chatted for a while and the chemistry was kind of building. And then you guys went out recently, and then since then it's been radio silence. You haven't responded. You haven't reached out. And then there's kind of like this giggle when I ask about it, or laugh, or whatever, exasperation, or whatever it is. So what happened? Why are you not calling her or responding to her anymore?
Because she's a little tease. That woman's bogus, man.
She's a tease and she's bogus. Why?
Well, she led me on. We matched, and things literally just continued to escalate in a beautiful, direction towards dating. And we, started texting. We changed numbers. We got super flirty. And then one morning, to my surprise, the sexting turned into a nude. And I was like, dang. Yeah, it was hot.
Hello. Okay, so there was a lot of... See, what she didn't mention was that the 2 weeks of texting before you met, there was sexual texting. Sexting is what the kids call it.
Yes.
Right. A lot of implications for what would happen when we met, and I obviously couldn't wait to meet up. And then we went on this date. And
at this point, you've seen a picture of her naked before you even go on the date. So you're thinking, okay.
Yeah, we were already at the end before we started. So, I was like, okay, so all bets are off. Let's party. I was like,
why even go to dinner? Right.
Let's party. Right. Okay. So, yeah. So you're going into this date, as I think a lot of people might, assuming that it's going to be physical, because that's already sort of been, the table has been set, per se.
Right. It was very established.
All right.
But
where's the but?
Well, yeah, I have all the green lights. So I'm like, okay, well, clearly this is the direction the date's going in, because we've already kind of both signed off on it. So I tried to be affectionate during the date, and literally, at the end of the date, went in for the kiss, and she shut me down. And I was like, what the Like,
okay,
you don't just send someone a nude.
So you're angry because she sexted with you and sent you a nude, but then in person, she sort of reserved the right to be physical with you the first time that you ever met. I mean, I can see why you had those expectations, but a person always has a right to say no.
Right.
And, people do talk big before they meet. And then when they meet, maybe either they need more time or the chemistry isn't what they expected. But, she owes you nothing. You do realize that.
Yeah, but she led me on. It just seems so hot and cold, like a different person. It's like all of that work that we put into where we were going didn't happen. I was like, is this the person I was texting with?
Well, let me bring Violet in. I forgot to mention that Violet is here. So, Violet, you didn't tell us about the nature of the conversation, which doesn't really matter. I mean, I can see why, somebody may be excited about the potential, but then in person, what? You just wanted to take it a little bit more slowly once you actually met him?
Well, first of all, I want to say that absolutely I reserve the right to be able to say yes or no to getting physical with someone that I just met. And second of all, sending a sexy picture of myself does not in any world imply that you are automatically going to, get lucky the first time that I meet you. I'm sorry if that's what you thought, but also I think that that's pretty presumptuous, to be honest. And it wasn't even it was more like a teasing kind of thing. That doesn't mean that I am a tease as a person. That means that I was,
So you were teasing, but you're not a tease.
Right. It was
And
a
by the way,
teasy
I've
picture.
taken 2 law school classes total, and I can say that a picture does not constitute a contract. I can actually say that fairly with a lot of certainty.
Yeah.
Kiki, I can tell you got something to say. Like, it's right on the tip of your tongue.
Because I'm so conflicted. Like, I want to ride for my girl because you don't owe a man anything, right? Until you decide to give it up. But sis, you just out here Snapchatting your cat to everybody?
Right.
Like, you never met this man. He didn't buy you a biscuit.
Well, she didn't say everybody.
Well,
But then you can't send that nudie picture and say like nothing's on the table. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, you can absolutely send a
you absolutely can.
Yeah, you can send a photo.
You can talk and communicate and express yourself sexually. And that does not mean that this man is owed or a woman or whomever is owed anything. Again, I can see why the expectation was set, but expectations can be broken.
That's true.
And again, I think they can talk a real big game until you're looking somebody in the eye, and then I don't know, maybe you become a little bit more shy or a little bit more reserved. You need more time.
Yeah.
So you could be disappointed, Luke, I think, but you can't fault her for not giving it up.